Today is September 28th, 2025. I'm here on the Klamathon bridge at the Klamath River. Thought I'd come up today and kind of see if we can see any fish jumping. I'm hearing that they're making it up past this point. The water clarity looks pretty decent. It almost looks lower than it has been since I've been up here. I can really see the rocks here better. And I noticed that the gravel bar that you can never really see out of the water is actually protruding out of the water right there. A few more rocks are starting to show. I think that that's it right there. So I thought I'd come up and see if we could see some fish go by or jump, or we saw a couple in the lower part of the river last weekend around where the Shasta River comes in, and one down lower closer to Humbug Creek. So I'm just kind of curious to see what we see today, as they are starting to make their way up the river. So I'll just kind of record for a little bit and we'll watch, see if we can see anything swimming through or jumping. If they swim through right here, you can see that the water clarity is pretty decent right here. I might pop off on the other side really quick and go see what the other side looks like. No traffic. It is hazy today. There is a big fire up in Oregon near the coast, the Moon Fire. So that smoke is definitely starting to make its way down here. I see there is a car and some people down on the beach, so I'll try not to get that area. There's a few bugs in the air. Can you hold those a second? Kind of harder to see in the water over here where the shadows are. But this is what it's looking like upstream. I'm assuming you can see the haze in the sky. So we'll pop over back to the other side and see if we can see any fish jump. Few honkers are flying over. They're probably, I'm not sure where they're going, probably find a grain field somewhere. It is that time of year where they're all flying around quite a bit. So I'll just kind of leave the camera right here for a minute or two and we'll see if we can see anything jump in the water. Or see anything swim through. I might pause it a few times. So we've been standing here for a bit and haven't really seen anything as of yet. I don't really want to keep the camera rolling for 5 or 10 minutes if we're not really seeing anything. A few more bugs here than what we have seen. I'm hoping that this actually kind of picks up the color of the water as kind of a brown-green hue. Like I said, you can start to see some more of the rocks in the water than what you could before. I'll go ahead and look downriver and we'll see if we can see anything jump. It's pretty smooth down at that end, so if you saw something jump out of the water, I would think you should be able to see it from here. But this is a good little stretch. It's kind of hard to see up the river the other side just because of the sun right now. And here shortly we're gonna make our way on up to Iron Gate and on around and just see what we see. At least videoing, if I miss one jump because I am scanning the river, I should be able to catch it in my video. Are you seeing something down there? Just so you guys can kind of see what it's looking like down in the smooth area. So I think I'll pause it for a little bit. So I thought I'd come back over on this side and look for a short bit just to see. The car that was down there is left. Which it might, like I said, it might be kind of hard to see on this side just because we are looking into the sun. But you can kind of see what the water color is. Like I said, it's kind of the brown-green color. Here in a second, I think I'm going to go down to the beach area and just kind of see what things are looking like from down there. Trying to see, there might be a few honkers. I can't tell if that's wood or if it's honkers. Up there in the river. I can see a few just above. This is the first time I've seen the honkers in the river. I think that those are some. It's kind of hard to tell when you're looking into the sun. But it looks like it's probably honkers or geese. We call them honkers. So that's the first time I've seen a whole bunch of them on the river when I'm up here. So I'm gonna pause. So the whole time I've been here, I've still yet to see anything. Which doesn't mean much, but I haven't seen anything jump. So I'm gonna just take a peek down at the beach. So I'm gonna pause it. So I'm down here on the beach area. You can see at one time the flow must have been up because there's plenty of water right here on the edge of the water. So you can see where the flow was. See a few bugs on the water. Clarity is pretty decent right here. You can see in the water pretty well. You can still see all the sediment that was left behind. Like I said, this area used to be all rocky and pebbly. There didn't used to be this sediment deposit that we see now. I'm still kind of scanning the water above us just to see if I see anything jump as I'm videoing. Haven't seen any little fish either. I think I've only seen those once. That I think it's a month and a half ago that they had all the little fish here. The little fry. Haven't seen anything here since. It's kind of a pretty morning. We're supposed to be in the 80s, I think, today. I checked the CFS on the Iron Gate station when I got here, and it was about 1,070. It looked like it's been fluctuating between 1,050 and 1,070, so I'm wondering if they're doing some releases for the fish that are coming in. Just kind of trying to look in the water, see if I see any of the life that I saw in here before, like the snails and the water beetles. So far, I'm not really seeing much of any movement in the water itself. I see a few bugs on top. Not really seeing the snails. There's a few of them on the rocks, but not like I have before. Like it looks like there's a few on that rock. But you can see all that sediment that's accumulating on all the rocks. A lot of them are kind of getting buried in the different sediment that's here. Which you can see it is on the beach area here. You can see some, I think it's snails here. Looks like snails. A lot of small ones. A few more bugs in the air than I've seen in a while. Just not really seeing much movement for fish if they're coming through. Apparently they said that they're making it up to the Keno fish ladder. Some have gone into the Shasta River. I'm not sure about Bogus Creek. I'm not sure. I can't remember if there was a count on Bogus Creek. Anyways, we're gonna stop this video here and I'm gonna continue on up the river.